Sonic Boom, Everfree Forest, Crash Landing. Narrated and written by Wuten. Go! Both Ingrid and Sonic Boom take off flying. They make the first turn, and speed off toward the next ring.
You're gonna pay for what you did for me, humiliating me like that,
Ingrid exclaims before lashing at Sonic Boom's wing once again with her talon, like before. Her eyes widen, and she quickly speeds off, keeping Ingrid in her sights as she slowly gains ground between them. The second turn comes, and they both meet it at nearly the same time. Ingrid takes this chance to slash at Sonic Boom's leg with her claws, this time drawing blood. Sonic Boom wavers a bit, tears coming to her eyes from the pain as Ingrid gains ground. By the third turn, the pain is too much for her to handle, and she plummets to the ground, tears streaming down her face as she soars directly towards the trees of the Everfree Forest. Typhoon Wind's eyes widen when he sees this.
Oh no, she's hurt,
he exclaims, swooping down out of the winner's stands to catch her. Sonic Boom's eyes open to see.
Typhoon?
He smiles down at her.
Don't worry, I gotcha,
he says, catching her and trying to halt her fall.
Gah, she's moving too fast, I'm not gonna be able to stop. Hang on tight,
he gasps, holding her tightly to him and shielding her with his wings as he and Sonic Boom plummet full force down into the forest. A wail of pain escapes him as one of the branches tears through his wing, causing blood to trickle out of it, before both of them smack into the ground. Sonic Boom quickly looks down at Typhoon Wind. His glasses are broken, and his wing is most likely useless now in this situation.
Oh no! Typhoon! No, this isn't good,
she exclaims, seeing the shape his wing is in. Typhoon groans in pain, before looking up at Sonic Boom.
Hey, you alright?
He asks, grinning weakly at her. Sonic Boom looks at him with small tears in her eyes.
Yeah, I'm alright. You, though,
she says, looking at his wing. It looks like the branch tore through to the bone of the wing. He'll not be able to do any sort of flying anytime soon. Typhoon looks at the torn wing as well.
Didn't expect that to happen,
he says.
I have some gauze in my bag. Use that on the wing,
he says, laying back flat. Sonic Boom nods slowly, wiping the tears from her eyes before reaching into his saddlebag, pulling out a roll of gauze bandages.
Alright, I got it,
she says, taking the roll in her hoof and pulling off a bandage with her teeth.
Stay still. I think it's broken.
She looks at him, before moving to the wing. The process is tedious and painful. More than once a cry of pain would escape Typhoon's mouth, as Sonic Boom accidentally moved the wing in a wrong direction, or taped the gauze too tightly.
I think it's done now,
she says, looking at Typhoon.
Can you move?
He rolls onto his side, wincing a bit at the pain from his wing, before pushing up with his other wing and hooves.
Yeah, I can move,
he says through gritted teeth from the pain.
But I can't fly.
He looks at her.
Not like this.
She nods, leaning her body down to the ground.
Here, hop on. We're getting out of here.
She looks at him. Suddenly, a howl from nearby. Her eyes go wide, and she lets out a yelp in surprise. There is suddenly growling around the both of them, in the shadows of the trees. Sonic Boom backs up a bit, before turning to Typhoon Wind.
What are these things? I don't know. But whatever they are, they're not friendly,
he says, looking around. The sources of the sound spring out into the clearing. Fucking timber wolves. The two Pegasi look at each other and nod. They needed to get out of there, and fast. Typhoon carefully climbs up onto Sonic Boom's back, draping his hooves down her sides, and wrapping his forehooves around her neck.
Alright, ready when you are,
he says. She nods, and quickly lifts up into the air, carrying him on her back as the timber wolves just barely get out of reach. Suddenly, a twinge in her hind leg.
Must keep going,
she mutters as the wound from before begins to bleed once more.
Sonic Boom!
She hears a voice exclaim once she breaks free of the trees.
Mom!
Sonic Boom gasps, flying over to her.
Typhoon's hurt real bad.
Rainbow looks at the injured Pegasi and nods.
I'll take him, Sonic Boom. You too. Both of you get on,
she says, flying herself lower than they were, allowing both of them to land on her back safely and fly off to the course once again. Fuck your being stuck on a cloud. You can't fly, you should have asked for wings from Twilight instead. Wait, here they come. Sonic Boom's leg. You'll have to get the story from her later. Typhoon's wing looks like it's going to have to take priority first. It looks like Sonic Boom bandaged up the main wound, but it's not going to be enough. You signal to Rainbow, and she nods and lands the two at the finish line, where they're taken immediately to the infirmary. She flies back up to you. What happened there?
I'm not sure, but the cuts on her leg didn't look like they were caused by branches. They were too clean. Typhoon's wing, though.
She trails off and looks away.
It looks like he won't be flying anytime soon on it.
Your heart sinks a bit. Out of all of her friends, this one was the most bro to you. Rainbow quickly picks you up and throws you down onto the cloud. You You fully expected it not to hold you, but it seemed to cushion your landing rather well, actually. Clouds in this world make no fucking sense. Then again, neither will do a lot of things in this world. You chalk it up to magic. Both of you quickly head over to the infirmary where the two are being healed up. Sonic Boom's cut on her leg was pretty deep. It sliced a few tendons. She'll have to wear bandages and stay off it for a few weeks to make sure it heals. Typhoon, however, has a much worse outlook. The branch tore through to the bone of the wing. It'll take much longer for him to heal. You look to one of the doctors. Will he be able to fly again? The doctor turns to face you.
Yes, but he'll have to relearn how to fly on his own. We're going to try an experimental procedure to see if we can allow the healing process while still giving him the ability to fly by other means, the doctor says, turning to face Typhoon. His broken glasses are on the table next to him, and his damaged wing is properly bandaged up to stop the bleeding. What kind of procedure are you talking about? The doctor looks up at you. We're going to try attaching synthetic wings to provide the same effects as normal wings would. We think it may help him perform his duties later on in his life, in case things take a turn for the worse. What? You can't do that. What about... Please, Mr. Anon. It's all right.
A weak yet reassuring voice comes from Typhoon.
What? I said I'm willing to go through with it,
Typhoon says, looking up at you. We've already discussed it with him. The doctor nods. He's already given consent to continue with the operation.
But isn't that something for his parents to decide instead?
You turn to the doctor.
His parents are gone.
He looks up at you.
They were lost in the tornado that was used to bring water up to Cloudsdale a few years ago. When the tornado was cleared and the Pegasi dispersed, they were nowhere to be found, he says.
Sonic Boom turns to look at Typhoon.
Hey, sorry about what happened before with your wing and all,
she says somberly, sniffling a bit, seeing the shape he's in.
Nah, it'll take a lot more than that to stop me.
Typhoon grins back at her, pumping his hoof into the air, before wincing in pain and pulling it back.
This'll be nothing. Just you watch. Now then, Typhoon, since you're going to be with these wings for a while, this gives you the chance to have a custom look to them while the real wing is being healed, the doctor says, taking out a book and handing it to Typhoon. If you're going to be with them for that long, I think you'll want to have some say in what they look like.
Typhoon skims through the pages, and you see various different designs for wings on each page he looks at. He squints a bit due to not having glasses with him. Finally, he turns to a picture where he stops for a long while, and turns it around to show the doctor.
This one. Those'll look perfect.
He grins proudly up at the doctor. They're a pair of golden-colored wings, attached to some steampunk-looking device. You have to admit, they do look pretty cool, even to you. The doctor smiles, taking the book. We'll start getting measurements on your body and wingspan right away, and you'll be out of this cooped-up room in no time, he says, turning and walking off, closing the door behind him, leaving you and Rainbow there with Sonic Boom and Typhoon Wind. The silence between the four of you is almost unbearable. Typhoon may never fly without the help of machinery ever again. You fight back emotions, pushing against your eyes. End.